don't know about you, but I am so thankful that summertime is finally here. And with summer comes boats and boating. A lot of the questions that we get here at U.S. Law Shield of Pennsylvania surround facts and circumstances having to do with a boat and boating. One of the big questions is, are my gun rights affected because I'm on a boat? And the answer to that depends upon whether or not you have a license to carry a firearm. Under the Fish and Game Code, it is illegal for anyone to have a loaded gun, whether that's a short-barreled rifle, short-barreled shotgun, any other weapon, any type of pistol, any type of long gun, loaded on a watercraft, unless you have a license to carry a firearm. So that's a whole nother reason why you should go out and get a license to carry a firearm. They're very easy to get in Pennsylvania. One of the other questions come up with self-defense. Are boats considered to be vehicles? Why would someone care about that? Well, someone might care about that because, as we know, in Pennsylvania, we have a very broad, very wide castle doctrine that includes when someone attempts to get in your car or remove you from a car, castle doctrine, presumption of reasonableness. Well, a boat is not a car or a vehicle under the vehicle code. And so that's not going to be something that's going to be covered under the castle doctrine in Pennsylvania. However, that doesn't get rid of your right to self-defense. You still have the right to self-defense. You just lose that presumption of reasonableness. Houseboats. We get questions all the time about houseboats. There's a lot of houseboats up on Lake Raystown and some other lakes around in Pennsylvania. Is a houseboat a dwelling? A dwelling is important, again, because of the castle doctrine, because if someone attempts to enter or breach your dwelling, then the castle doctrine applies. That presumption of reasonableness, very powerful under the law. And the technical definition of a dwelling is any structure which, for the time being, is home or place of lodging. So a houseboat can be a dwelling, depending upon how it's regularly used or how it's used in this particular set of circumstances. So you can see there that a dwelling can cover, but doesn't automatically cover, a houseboat. Final question we get a lot is because people like to drink while they're out on the boat and captain the boat. Well, there's a couple concerns that you need to recognize. First off, there are definitely B as in boat, BUI rules, which have very serious consequences in Pennsylvania. They have the same traditional cutoffs on the per se, 08 and 02, depending upon your age and circumstances. The other aspect you have to be aware of, and what we get asked a lot of questions about, is what happens if I'm drunk in a boat with a gun? Is that against the law? Believe it or not, in Pennsylvania, we don't have a specific law like some other states as far as being drunk with gun. So being drunk with gun isn't against the law. It all depends upon what you do with the gun. If you point the gun at someone, well, that's going to be a simple assault, regardless if you're sober as a judge or you're as intoxicated as Cooter McGee. It doesn't matter. It only matters what you do with the gun. If you put the gun up in the air and you shoot some rounds off and there's people nearby, there's the potential of recklessly endangering another person, maybe, depending upon the specifics of the facts, and that is regardless of whether or not you're sober or you're highly intoxicated. So that's some brief discussion about the way that boats, guns, and Pennsylvania works.